Hi, it's Natasha from Coquun. I'm about to talk to Meryl Swanson, Federal Member of Paterson at Coquun in Maitland. I'm so excited to have you here. Thank you so much for joining me, Meryl.
Thank you for having me in this magnificent setting right on the Hunter River. It's just
beautiful.
Beautiful.
It's just sensation. What has been the most surprising thing that has happened since becoming member?
The thing that I've really learnt so much more about is just how much diversity is in our region and how many people are working on all of these projects that you never hear about.
Yes.
And you get this access to people and their passions. Being in a position of responsibility and being an elected representative, it just gives you access.
How did you actually come into becoming, you were so successful career up until politics? I mean, you've done a university degree in Newcastle, you've been a reporter, researcher, producer, you've been a business manager, business owner, I mean, of course, beautiful wife to your gorgeous husband, and you've got your two gorgeous girls. How does this all impact with what you're doing right now?
It's interesting because ever since I was a small girl, I've always had a sense of making a contribution, and I've always enjoyed helping people. When I was on the radio, I loved talking to people and hearing their stories. Yes. And thinking, we've helped someone get their story out.
You are you're a natural at it. I mean, before we got here, you were interviewing. You were going do 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 do, and I was like, I'm interviewing you.
Yeah, I know. I can't help but ask you. How's your business going? What's going on? So, and it's a tough gig. It is tough. You do need to. People always say, you need to be tough to be in politics. I think you actually just need to be real. I mean, the Hunter is burgeoning and growing, and I think that's a big responsibility to make sure that we shape it in the right direction.
Yes.
You've only got to take a drive. I mean, I know in my electorate alone, all of the new houses that are popping up everywhere, housing is still relatively affordable in the Hunter compared to Sydney at least. Good job opportunities. Actually, I was just reading about a professional who moved here from Sydney thinking that she'd have to take a step back, and she said all she's taken is steps forward.
Wow. That's great news.
I think people worry about earning capacity when they move to a regional area. One of the observations I'd make is that the cost of living isn't as high in a regional area, and that's a good thing.
Yes.
And we've got almost everything that you can get in Sydney.
That's right, I agree, and I think the real energy of being a really nice and tight community compensates for anything that Sydney might have on us, so to speak. So tell me, what is happening in politics at the moment? Is there lots of young people coming through?
So I think as a result of the 2019 election, we've seen a high turnover from all facets of politics, both sides, Liberal, Labor, Independents. There has been a lot of people retired. There's so much diversity coming through now, and from my side of politics, from Labor, we've had really a fantastic percentage of women coming through, and that is really empowering. And young women with small children, people like me who are at a different stage in their life where their kids are a bit older. I think more women are being elected, which is good. I think we're seeing more people from different ethnic backgrounds, in terms of religious beliefs as well. So that's really encouraging. So I actually think very, very slowly, and there's a long way to go, but Parliament is starting to more accurately resemble what our community looks like.
What projects are you working on at the moment?
So there's a few big projects. Firstly, I've made no secret of the fact that I'm an absolute advocate for the people of Williamtown and surrounds fighting about the PFAS issue. And the other one, and I think this is really important, is more broadly, we're trying to diversify our economy across the region. I think that that's a really important thing. So I'm working very closely with, funnily enough, with people involved in the defence industry. So that defence industry will form a really important platform in our economy. Education is a really important thing as well, so we have to have people trained for the new jobs that will arrive. Getting back to things like the M1, that's a project that I'm really passionate about, because we know that that section from Beresfield over bypassing Raymond Terrace at the moment is a bottleneck. But the thing that I'm really excited about, I've just been asked to chair a regional jobs task force.
Wow, okay.
So our leader Anthony Albanese has set that up and asked me to be the chair. Yes. So not only am I going to be bringing the task force to our region to look at regional job opportunities, but I'm going to be travelling to other regions around Australia and looking at what works well in those regions where the job opportunities are.
So what's next for Meryl?
Well, of course, doing this regional jobs task force, you know, being the best member that I can be for Paterson and, you know, this area. At the moment, the plate's well and truly full. Everything's going on in that department. So just continuing to do a good job as the member and you know, bring good outcomes to our community.
Yes.
That's really what I want to keep doing at the moment. And you know, I haven't got time to think about retiring at the moment, but you know, at one point I will eventually.
I don't think so, just quietly. I don't see that happening just quietly.
Not yet for a while.
No,
it's great.
Oh, that's good. Look, I am so thank you for allowing us to spend a smidgen of your time, and thank you for it's been fun this morning. So thank you.
It's great to actually sit and reflect on some of these questions, because when you get busy, often you don't do it. So you've made me sit and think and go, what is important. So thank you for that.
Oh, thank you.
It's lovely.
Thank you.